Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. Today I thought because it is the 4th of July that we would do something kind of patriotic to celebrate the holiday. So I found this pin that is by Sara's Closet. It's Sarah's Closet 1.blogspot.com, and she made this patriotic piece. It's actually a panel. I'm going to adapt it to use in a journal, and it is from June of 2019. So it's an older one, but I like parts of it. Like I said, I'm going to edit because I will be using it inside a journal rather than a freestanding panel. So let's get started and see what we're going to do here. I've got some materials pulled out that I would like to use for my make, and we're going to see what we can do. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is I have these red envelopes, and so I am going to make that my base. This particular envelope is probably a little bit big for a journal. Height-wise it's okay, but it's a little bit too wide. It's about 5 3/4 wide. So I'm going to cut it to where it's about 5 inches wide so that it will fit in the journal. And I may end up cutting some off the height when I actually put it in the journal. But for now, we're going to leave it the height that it is. So I'm going to cut, and I'm going to make sure I'm not cutting on the side that has the flap here. Double check myself. But I think I'm going to do it right at 5. Yeah, that should be fine. So I'm going to cut it right there. And then that's going to open this up. And I can either leave that a pocket. My idea is to make it where it's a flip at the end, you know, when I decide to put it in a journal. And again, the height is about 8 3/4, so the height is okay. So for now, I'm gonna leave it, I think, because if I cut it off, this flap is gonna look weird, which I don't know. Let me look at, see, that's gonna be too much red though. So I think I am gonna go ahead and cut it down some. I want to give about the same reveal all the way around, so that's about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut this where it'll be about a 1/2 inch as well, I think, and just go ahead and cut it down. And then I'm going to, it'll be alright, because I'm going to cut the flap not totally off, but I'm going to square it up. Where did I just put that mark? There it is. Okay, so that is my base, and then like I said, when I'm gonna cut this off just straight so that it will wrap around the page, but it doesn't necessarily have to look like an envelope. You know what I'm saying? So if I cut it right here, like that, then I still have my piece that I could wrap around. Or it could be on the front, you know, and flip open like this. Either way. And I'll just, for the time being, leave all this open. So if I want to put paper or whatever inside there, although probably what I would do would be just to take a solid piece and put over that whole thing. Probably something to write on. So I'm going to keep it this way so I can flip it open. Like that, which again doesn't really matter that much. Okay, and then what I have is I have this piece of denim paper, which is I think this is Creative Expressions is who this paper is. And I want to, this is where I'm going to veer off from the original. You can see that she's used either real lace or paper lace down here. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to alter mine. Instead of being just a panel, I want a pocket with a tag. So I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm going to cut along this ruffle here and make that my pocket. So you're probably not going to be able to see this, but because my cutting mat is over to the side here. But I'm going to take this and I'm just going to cut down through here to make a pocket. So this will take me a minute. So I hope everybody is having a good holiday and that you're grilling out or doing something fun. We're just chilling because it's going to be extremely hot here today. So we didn't make any plans to go anywhere because it's going to be so hot. They do have some pretty good celebrations here on the 4th, fireworks and things like that, but it's always really, really crowded and really, really hot. So not my two favorite things to together is being in a huge crowd and being hot. Ugh. That just doesn't appeal to me at all. You know, I used to do it when I was younger, and when my kids were young, you know, we went to fireworks somewhere because they're pretty much illegal here. I am right on the edge of a county where I'm talking, I could throw a rock and be in a county where they are legal. But I actually live in a county where they're not. And so, a lot of people around my house do shoot off fireworks. But, for the most part, they're illegal all around my area. For you know, shooting them off personally. Now they do have, you know, city-sponsored fireworks and such. they'll start shooting them, I'm sure. I heard a couple last night. But tonight and tomorrow will be bad. Okay, that's not perfect, but that's kind of what I wanted. I'm going to take my little bitty scissors and clean it up a little bit. I think I need to change my blade in my little craft knife. It's getting kind of dull. But this is cardstock. Granted, it's not, you know, just regular paper, so I probably should have pushed down a little harder when I was cutting it, but it'll be all right. All right, so when I put this down and glue it, I won't glue this part, and that will be my little pocket tuck. So I'm gonna ink that up. I don't think I'm gonna use Vintage Photo. What do I wanna use? I'm gonna use Gathered Twigs. No, I don't want to use that either. I'm gonna use Ground Espresso, I think. I would say I was gonna use Fred Burlap, but I don't have it over here, which is really weird. I usually have all my browns sitting right there. I must have grabbed it when I was putting up something else and put it up. Okay, let's do this side. And then we'll do all around it. Let's go ahead and do all around this too while we're inking real quick. Okay. So that is gonna go there. And I'm trying to decide whether I also want to make that a flip, because I want to get this in there as well. I think what I'll do is I'll glue it down . No, I don't think I do. I think I just want to glue it on regular. Okay, so I am going to cut it apart though so that I'm not using the whole thing, because I don't need it, and I can use the rest of it on another make, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just cutting just a little sliver off. So I can take it apart. And I'm not doing it too successfully, I can tell you that. Let me try with my paper cutter. I think that'll be easier. Okay. So I'll save that, and the main reason I'm saving it is for the striping, which is the same reason that I am using this envelope, is for the striping, because I didn't have anything else with the striping on it. Alright, so I think I'll glue that down now. Do I want to offset it? Yeah, I think I'll offset it just a little bit. Okay. Decisions. Oops, I don't need that flap on there either. Okay. Sorry, I know that was totally off script. And another reason that I'm saving it is I love the inside of these vintage camera envelopes. I love that print. I think that's really cool. So I don't want to waste any of that, because that makes, even a piece like this makes a great piece of collage fodder to keep for something down the road. Okay. So I'm going to leave myself a reveal. So you can still see the red. Glue that all down. Alright, so the next piece would be this piece. And I'm going to glue it just around the edges so that I don't interfere with my pocket here. And I'm going to leave a reveal as well. So let's use art glitter glue for that. Oops. Slipping on me. Getting glue everywhere. Okay. And then I've made this little, if you see in the pen here, where'd it go? They have this little starburst thing, and I'm not really a fan of that because it is very thick. So what I did is I cut out some little scallop circles. I cut out 3 of the 2-inch and 3 of the 1.5 inch. And I'm going to make a little flowery rosette kind of thing. And then I'm going to put this Tim Holtz star in the middle that I have painted with some gold paint. And I'm going to put it right here for just a little accent piece. And then I have this little digital that is by Digital Collage Club. And I'm going to put that down there. And it's just a little, it says July 4th, the day we celebrate. And it's got just a little vintage image on it. So I'm going to put it down here just to kind of embellish the oh, please tell me I didn't glue that down. No, I didn't. Okay. Just to embellish the pocket a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of put a dab of glue in the middle of all these and kind of put my circles on here. And then I'll crinkle them up once I get them all glued together. And I just cut this out of random red, white, and blue papers that I have. A lot of these papers are from Amy's patriotic set. That I had left over from when I did my patriotic journal. And I just punched them out using my little scallop circles punches. And these ones, they are, I got them at a thrift store. I don't see a, oh, here. No, that's not a brand name. That's a patent name. It just says Paper Shapers. I don't know if that's a brand name or not. EK. Oh, they're EKs. So, yeah. And I have a 2-inch and an 1.5 inch one. Okay, so I have those all glued. I'll give it just a second. And then I'm gonna kind of crumple up the edges. And separate them a little bit. Now this works better if you don't use cardstock, if you just use regular paper, of course. Because they're not so stiff. I do try to, whatever my back piece is, the last one, I try to make that a heavier paper because that's going to be your you know, what you mount it with and the kind of stable part. But I just kind of peel the layers up and smush them a little bit. And also, I can't do it with these because these are digitals and they'll run all over the place. But if you were using scrapbook papers or whatever, or you have a printer that the ink doesn't run when it gets wet, it works really well to spray them with a little bit of water before you start squishing them up. And they're softer and they will squish better. But just don't squish too hard because you'll rip them. And don't use a ton of water, just like one little spritz will do you. And you can see that blue piece is cardstock, so it's a little stiffer. So then you get a real nice little burst or flower. And then, like I said, I'm going to put this little star right in the middle to give us our little patriotic touch. And I'm going to put this down with Fabri-Tac. I know you can use Tim Holtz Distress collage medium to glue this stuff down too. If you have the one that's in the little squirt bottle, that's real convenient for stuff like this, which I do, but I prefer when I'm gluing metals to use Fabri-Tac or all-in-one. It's basically the same. Okay, and then you have to put some more glue on there. Doesn't want to seem to. And then we can glue it down here and put our little 4th of July thing kind of tucked in there. So let's glue that down first. And that was printed on just regular copy paper and then glued just like a scrap piece of cardboard. It looked like looking at the back of it when I was putting that on there, it looked like maybe part of a Kleenex box or something that I used. And then we'll put that there. Okay, well, that's all drying. Let's get our card ready that we are going to put in here. Now, I do have the same image that she used, and I've already put the clear gesso on it so that I can color the flag. She colored their dresses as well, and I'm not going to do that because I want the flag to pop, and so I'm just going to color the flag. And for this particular technique, on this one, I am using my Stabilo Alls because I just happen to have one in navy and one in red. I'm going to swallow on my tea here. So, I'm going to just color in. I'm going to leave the stars just white. And color in the flag. And like I said, I already put the clear gesso on there, and so that's why the color is going on pretty well. If you saw my video from yesterday, you'll see how difficult it was before you put the clear gesso on there to get the color onto the picture. and I'm not worried about being super precise with this. I just want to give a little bit of color to it. It will take me forever to sit and try to go exactly around all those stars. Okay, and then we'll take the red one. Let me get these up here. Yeah, I'll take the red one and do the red stripes. Make sure I'm getting the stripe and not the background there. Oops, I got her face. See if I can get that off because Stabilo is water activated. So I'm not sure if I can get that off or not, but we're gonna try. Otherwise, I guess she's just gonna have a red face. Maybe she got too much sun on her holiday. There we go. I thought I messed up there for a minute. I thought I was seeing the reflection of that window through that, but I think it's just the shadowing of the flag. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And again, if you didn't want it that bold, and you're using Stabilo Alls, you could, like I said, they are water soluble, so you could take like a water pen and you know, fade it out. Or if you're using a colored pencil that is like a Alright, let's word. I'm looking for a watercolor pencil, you know, that works with water. You could fade it out as well. I like it being kind of bold, but I'm sharpening the blue pencil a little bit, so maybe I can get a little bit of a finer line around some of these stars. It had kind of a dull point on it. Alright, so let's ink around this to begin with. And then what I have is I have a piece of kind of cream colored paper that I stamped with a Tim Holtz stamp that looks like red ticking. And this is regular weight, and so I'm going to want to put some cardstock on the back of it. And I'm also probably going to want to calm down that white a little bit. Let's see. Maybe some antique linen. Maybe. I'm cleaning off my dauber a little bit, so there's not going to be a lot of it showing, but I don't want it to be that white in the background. Okay, that's a little better, I think. So let's put some cardstock on the back of this. I would rather have a cream color, but I don't think I have any cream color cardstock left. And I want it to be a little bit thicker than just what, like a coffee dyed paper or whatever would be, because it's got to go in between, you know, in that pocket where I cut that pocket in there, and so it's going to have to be a little stiffer, I think, than what just coffee dyed paper and cream colored paper would be together. In other words, it's going to have to be a little stiffer than just two pieces of printer paper, which is about the weight it would have been. And I think I may want to round the edges. Okay, and then this is going to go on here, like that. And then this one, I think, is going to be another little journal card behind it. But let's finish this one first. And I have a little stamp here. I think I want to put that there for a touch of blue. No, you're not going to see much of that. I even need it. Maybe I'll need it like on the front. Yeah, I think I'll do it on the front. So let's glue this on first. And then we'll glue this on. And then I feel like I need a tab up here of some sort. To have, let's see. I'm looking through my, I use these little project folders, and this is how I keep my papers and things separated by theme. And this is red, white, and blue, or, you know, patriotic. All my red, white, and blue papers and stuff are in here, in this particular folder. So I'm looking for a little scrap that will work for a tab. It's too matchy. Too matchy. It's too far off. Too far. Look at this. That's a possibility. Got some polka dots. Let's use that. That's kind of cute. Alright. So I'm going to fold it in half. And then get my tap cutter here and hope I can get it down in there. This is pretty thick craft stock, so my husband's funny. One of his favorite movies is Top Gun, and it came on regular TV last night, or not, I won't say regular TV, but it was on, you know, not a movie channel. And he saw that it was coming on, and he was like, I'm gonna watch just the first part. I like the first part. And I said, well, okay, that's fine. You know, you can watch whatever you want to. He watched the whole thing. I knew he would. He does every single time. My daughter and son-in-law actually bought him both DVDs for Christmas. Well, I got it, but now the other part is stuck in there. There we go. All right, crisis averted. And this is just a tab punch. Probably from Joann's, maybe. I don't know. I don't see a brand name on it, but I'm sure you all are familiar with that. Oh, it's We Are Memory Keepers. So, yeah, I'm sure you can get it on Amazon or scrapbook stores, or, you know, whoever carries We Are Memory Keeper stuff. I'm going to put this right up here, and I'm going to put it off to the side a little bit. Uh-oh, I smeared my Stabilo All onto my star. Alright, what did I do with my... I'm just having all kinds of issues, aren't I? It's alright if it bothers me that bad. When it dries, then I will figure out something to put there. See how water soluble it is? So that's one thing you have to really take into account if you use a Stabilo All for that, is to not get any water on it while you're working. Yeah, I think that'll be fine once it dries back up. I think it'll be okay. Now, another thing you could do that would be cute is to take your if you have an embossing pen, and put a little embossing pen there, and maybe put some gold or silver little stars on there. But, you know, or even make them put a clear and make them shiny if you wanted them to stand out a little bit. Okay, and what I also could do is make them where they're not so white. Maybe these stripes, they're not so white. Give them a little bit more vintagey look. Okay, so there is our tag that's going to fit down in here. Like that. And then, like I said, I'm going to make this another one and put I'll put cardstock on it. I won't do it on film or video because I feel like I've kept you too long already. But I'll stiffen it up a little bit. And then that will slide behind it just for another writing spot. Kind of like that. Okay. So there, oops. I'm going to have to glue this together with Fabri-Tac, I think. It's not wanting to hold with that art glitter glue with that heavy star on there. If I have to, I can also turn on my glue gun and use the glue gun on it. And then we could put something right there. Let me see if I can find a word that's suitable. Maybe like freedom or something like that. I don't know. No, I have one of these, this one, that has just words. Maybe celebrate or commemorate. I don't see anything like that. I'm surprised. Nope. commemorate about the closest. I can always make one. With my Dymo. What should we do? Freedom? Oh, that might be way too little. Nope. We'll just make our own. Trim it off a little bit. Let's see if I can get the back off. I always have problems getting the back off these, especially when I trim them like I just did. They do have a little score that it puts on the front, you know, I mean on the back, you know, where it splits the tape when you cut it. But when you trim it like I just did, it cuts off that little piece and then you can't get it off. And what I should have done was taken the back off before I trimmed it, and then I wouldn't be sitting here struggling right now trying to get the back off. I don't know if I can get it off. What we may end up doing is just gluing the whole thing down. I'm going to try with this pen needle. There we go. So let's put that right there. Is that even? Nope, not even. Okay, and let's put a little bit of ink on it. There we go. That's what we needed right there. So, hope you enjoyed that, guys. And again, it is trying to get my iPad. Sarah's Closet 1.blogspot.com. And the name of her blog is called Sarah's Closet. And that is from 2019. She has really good instructions about what she used. She has a product list. So you can go check that out and look at the original post, because you can see, even though I use the same card, I altered the look quite a bit to fit, you know, what I wanted to use it for. But I think it came out really cute. So, thanks guys for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for 50 Stack Challenge 5. And until then, I hope you have a great holiday, and good burgers, good hot dogs, good weather, and spend time with your family and friends. And I will see you back tomorrow. Bye.